Hi folks, welcome to Coil's Vaping Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. Tonight I've got a review for an RDTA, a rebuildable dripping tank atomizer, and it is the Geek Vape Avocado. This was purchased from my local bricks and mortar store, and which I frequent regularly, and I do help out down there, escapetovape.co.uk, also online obviously. I'll put the link to the store on underneath this video. Now, this is priced at $26.99. Now, I've got it packaged up at the moment because I'm just going to go straight down and we'll have a look at it, review it. I'll coil it because upon showing you this, I'm going to strip it down and show you how to change the tank, etc. That's why I've got no coils in, no wicking in, but I've had coils in there, and it's been working pretty well. Now, what we'll do, we'll go straight down, we'll dive straight down for close-ups, and I'll show you everything to do with the package, and we'll put a coil in it and we shall wick it. So we'll see you down at the table, guys. Right folks, this is the Avocado from Geek Vape. Let's just get in focus a little bit better. There we are. This is a rebuildable dripping tank atomizer. It's a Genesis style. Now, this is what you get in the box. So you get the tank. We'll pull that out first. Get the tank. Put that there. You also get spare glass, which is this is the one that's installed, the clear glass. I have the frosted one on at the moment, but you can change that over for your preference. A different style of drip tip than what's installed. A wider bore one. A spare ceramic baffle board they call it, and then underneath here, if we can get this out, it does stick a little bit from new. You get a spares pack with O-rings and spare O-rings, different coloured spare O-rings for the top and bottom of the glass. I've got the green ones installed at the moment, but there is black and translucent ones for the top and bottom of the glass, and some spare O-rings, spare grub screws, and a spare centre post screw as well. Right, so that's that out of the way. Now let's just put that to one side, and then we'll have a look at the tank itself. Now it's stainless steel and glass, and what we have here, let's just get the focus in correctly. There we are. Really nice looking tank. Stroke dripper deck. Now at the top we have a removable 510 drip tip. You can stick your other drip tips in there, or we remove that, unscrew this, which is your 510 adapter, from the top, get out, there we are. That's your 510, goes in there, and we can place the one that comes in out of the box, the other type. These are the different types of drip tips. That's the one that's installed, the stainless one. Then this is a Dalrin POM style, but bigger bore all the way through. The bore of that drip tip is, let me measure it for you. Internal bore of that drip tip is 10mm, so that's 10mm, and the stainless steel one is 8mm, and it tapers down to about 6mm at the bottom. So it's 6mm there, it's 8mm at the top, so and then that's a 10mm straight the way through. So that's that. Then we have the top cap, which pulls off, and on the top cap we have airflow ring with Avocado engraved nicely inside it, on the outer here, and then this ring comes off to reveal a series of airflow slots. You can choose any airflow slot you like for this atomizer. But everything's finished really well. The threads are really good. The airflow ring's really not too loose and not too tight. Really good. And when it's on here, even with liquid on, them O-rings keep this really secure, even when it's juiced up and ready to go. So that's that. So we'll put them to there. Now this is the deck. Let's focus in a little bit more. Now what we have here is a velocity style deck. Now let me just get my screwdriver. You can see here under the ceramic baffle board that it does blow in single coil mode, which this is supposedly designed for use as a single coil, but you can dual coil it as well. I've been using it in dual coil mode, but in single coil mode it has an airflow from the back here that travels straight the way through and hits the back of your coil, as well as the front airflow that comes from your outer ring here. So you've got airflow coming to it from both sides. We have massive, we'll take the ceramic bit off. You have a spare one of them in the box. You've got 2 little translucent O-rings on there with spares in the pack. And there's the hole through from the back to the front. Put that to one side. And we have a velocity style deck, like I say, and we have massive 4mm wicking holes, 4 of them. So like I say, you can use this in dual coil mode. In single coil mode, this also acts as your where you can fill up your tank. But I've been using it in dual coil mode and filling up down the side of one of the legs, or just taking one of the legs out if you haven't got a very thin needle top for your juice. And it's been working fantastically at this. Grub screws for the posts. The threading in these posts is really good. And then we have a dual O-ring affair here that holds your top cap on, and it does hold it very nicely. Even with, like I say, even when running with juice on. This is the frosted tank. Now on the base we have a serial number B2679, designed and manufactured by Geek Vape, and we have a full gold-plated 510. Now to get this glass off, we need to undo this 510. So we'll undo this 510. Let's just get into focus down here. So we'll undo this 510 somewhat with my little screwdriver. Hopefully, not that one. 2 seconds. I need my bigger screwdriver for this. So we undo this 510 screw, and as you undo this, there's a little nut on top here that becomes loose. So we can unscrew that, and then it comes off, and we just tip it out. Be careful you don't lose that. There is a spare one in the package, so put that on there, computer. And then what will happen is your positive post will become loose, and then you have to unscrew further the 510 from the positive post, like so. And all this pin is fully gold plated all the way up. As you can see, it's fully gold plated. That's your positive pin, which connects to your positive post here, and it's a it's like it's a peak insulator. Looking at that inside there, and this is how you change your tank out now. So all we do now is just unscrew. It might be a bit wet because I've washed it out. We unscrew it. Be very careful because they're small parts. Then you have your top section. You have your glass section. And then you have your base. And that peak insulator again. There's a peak insulator in the base as well. And that's it, guys. And then what you do is you would change it out and put your other, which preferred glass you wanted in there. This is the frosted one. It's just been washed, so it's not as frosted as it looks normally when it's dry, but that's the frosted one, and this is the clear one. So what we'll do is we'll just stick I've been using the frosted one, but we'll stick the clear one in. So what we do is make sure the O-ring's in place properly. The green O-ring I've got there, and we shall screw this back on, making sure the O-ring doesn't fall out of place. Doesn't have to be dead tight. That's enough. And then what we do is we place the 510 pin back in to the center, but we place the 510 post in as well. So we hold the post and we screw this into the post, making sure we're not cross threading. Like so. Not happy overly tight. That's tight now, and then we place this screw back on, which is a bit fiddly. Excuse me if I go off camera. Just be very careful you don't cross thread these guys. That holds everything together nice and sturdy. And that's it, back together again. Sorry if I went off camera a bit then, but it does get a little bit fiddly putting that centre screw on, nut on. And that's it. That's with the clear tanking section in there. Give it a wipe because it's a bit wet. It's a little bit wet from cleaning it out. So, excuse me for that. And that's the strip down, guys. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wick it up, coil it up, etc. So what I do is I use this, the top cap, as the base. Let's just zoom out slightly. There we go. Get the focus correctly. Collect correctly in. There we are. Now, I've got 2 strips of cotton measuring about, just Japanese organic cotton, measuring about 10mm each. These are the tools required. 2 strips of cotton, a pair of snips, ceramic tweezers, an ohms checker, pair of scissors, and I use the Coil Master because it really is a good tool, so I use that. And we're going to do a 3mm Clapton. So these are the shots that I use at the moment. I've just got some UDY shots of 26-32 gauge, so we need a couple of them. Couple of them wire shots. Put top back on so it doesn't go everywhere. And then we'll just put some of these tools to one side now again, so we need them. I don't do builds very often on camera, but it is nice to show people sometimes, but it does get rather... what we do is we slide it through into there, and then get my winder for the Coil Master, and I've got a 3mm diameter, so I'm going to do 5.5 wraps of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a half turn. And if it springs back a little bit, just do your half turn again. Pull the leg up slightly and twist and pull off. And then just straighten out your coil, your legs. Hoping you can see this, guys, on the camera. Twist, pull out your legs. So what you've got effectively is a coil. I'll show it against the got a coil like that. So you want 2 of them, 5.5 wraps. So we'll do the other one. 1, 3mm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. That's it. And then we twist and pull off. Straighten out them legs. Like so. And there we have. Let's just pull that round a little bit more, because it does spring out a little bit before it's fired. There we go. And there we have the other one. So we have 2 26-32 gauge 3mm diameter Claptons, which are going to go in here. Now we use the Allen key to undo the 4 bolts, or grub screws should I say, bolts. So undo them so we can see through the other side. Sorry if I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. And then what we do is you've got one leg coming over the top here and one leg coming underneath. So on the velocity decks, I always put one in the base of the positive, one in the top of the negative, like so. You see that there? So it doesn't distort the coil too much. And then just pull it through until you want your desired leg length from the post. Let's just undo that post a little bit more. That's it. You want it sitting inside. So I'll just screw this up and then I'll show you where it needs to be sitting. Hard to do on camera, guys, this is. And then I'm just going to tweak these up now. That's that one. That's that one. We can squeeze them together and etc. And that when we get the others in, when we get it in, but obviously that's spaced at the moment. But that's how you sort of want it in there at the moment. And then we're going to cut off. I always cut off these legs before I put my other one in. So we'll cut that one off. Sorry if I went off camera. Cut that leg off. So cut the excess off. And then we just need the other one putting in. So vice versa. Leg going over the top goes in the top of the positive this time and the bottom of the negative. And we want them roughly the same sort of length in there. Get the Allen key. Screw one up a little bit first. Sorry if I went off camera. I apologise now if I go off camera now and again. Just habit of looking down my nose at these coil builds. And then what we'll do is we'll just tighten it up with a tweak like that. And a tweak like that. Then I'll cut off these legs. And this leg. These are essential, guys, these, for coil building, in my opinion. So now what we do is, let's go into autofocus. I screw out my 3mm bit because I'm going to use it now just to sort of straighten the coils out a bit, like so, like so. And then I'm just going to check it on my ohms meter what I actually have before I've strummed it, but I'll check a couple of times what I've got. .44 batteries going in this. Yeah, 0.44 that's coming out at. But the battery's going in this meter at the moment. The battery's low. But it is 0.44, so I'll put it on a regulated mod. I have one here. 1, 2, 3. It's on power mode. Knock the watches down a bit. See what it's showing up as on my Joytech cuboid. 0.4. There you go, 0.4 before I've sort of fired it and strummed it. So now I'm just going to get the coils glowing correct together. And I'm squeezing them together as well. Got some hot legs at the moment. Let's just go into autofocus. Sorry, guys. This is what takes the most of the time, really, when you're getting your coils glowing together and firing together nicely. I've got them sort of glowing together at the moment. Just going to give them a strum. It's only at 30 watts, so let's just bump it up a little bit now. Get them glowing. There we are. Let me just pull it away from that post a little bit. It's gone a bit close to the post. Sorry if I've gone off camera, guys. Another little strum. There they are. Glowing nicely. And more or less sitting nice and level. Going from the inside out. So we'll let them just cool. Whilst they're cooling down, I'm just going to check the, sometimes the grub screws come a bit loose with the heat. So I'm just going to check that they're still tight. All 4 of them. And check, fire it again. There we go. It's only at 40 watts. Bump it up a little bit so it heats up a bit quicker. 50 watts. It's better. There we go. That's how you do your dual Claptons, guys. I like my coils a little bit away from the legs, where it's inside this diameter here, which is what you want. So it's not touching the top cap at all. So let's just zoom out a little bit so you can see me wicking. I'll just wick it on here. I'll turn it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll turn the mod off now. So I'm just going to wick it up now. And what we do with the wick is I take the top, very top layer off, and the very bottom layer off, very thin parts, and then this is about 10mm wide. For the 3mm diameter coils, I pull it apart slightly to get the fibres pulled apart. I mean, you can do any kind of wicking, whatever suits it, you know, with your cotton, as long as it's not too tight in the coils. And then I just start rolling one end and push it through, and then I pull it back and forth just to set the cotton in, and then I trim off. With this one, you need to be quite short, nearly to the edge of the atty. That's same both sides. That's all you need. And that length of that cotton there on there is about, the actual length of it is about 28mm. So you just want it just sort of going down to the bottom of these O-rings here, really. And then same the other side, same again. Cotton's roughly cut about 10mm. Just a very, very top layer. And pull your cotton out a little bit. You can use gloves if you want whilst you're doing this. I don't, not for myself. And then I just get the end rolled again. Sorry if I've gone off camera. Do it that way around. Pull it through. Ease it through, nice and steady, so you don't disturb your coils. Not too tight in there. It's got to go through quite loosey-goosey in them coils. And then I'm going to trim off again to about the same length as the other ones. Pull that a little bit. And then that's what you got, guys. And then what I'll do is, if I think it's a little bit thick, I'll just trim off a corner there. And a corner there. That's a little bit thick as well. So I'm just trimming off these corners. Get off. That's it. And then what I've been doing is filling up now with the juice of my choice, which I shall get. I've just got some Zeus juice, the black. And what I'm going to do is, before I put these in, I'm just going to fill the tank up in one of their wicking holes. Like so. And then I'm going to just dab a little juice on the coils, the cotton. And then I'm going to use a little screwdriver, and I'm just going to put them in onto the deck. Just the cotton tails just have to be sort of just in the holes, really, on this, just in them 4mm wicking holes, not dangling into the tank. Don't need to be dangling in the tank. I'll show you all around the atomizer in a second when I've put the cotton in, because it's pretty simple putting the cotton in once you've cut them at that length. All we're doing is just fold it back on itself and then into the holes. Like so. It's dead easy. It's taking a little bit longer with being on camera, but it's dead easy. And then shove it down. I mean, you can see how it's wicked up already. Just shoving it into the hole, so you know it is properly wicking up already. Because they've got such large wicking holes that it doesn't leak at all, but it just keeps that cotton saturated. And then when I want to fill up again, I just lift one of the legs of cotton out, flick it out, because it'll be virtually dry anyway, and then just fill it up down the side here like this into one of the holes, because the holes do come right to the side of, and that's how it looks. And just tidy that bit up there. And that's how it looks, guys. So we'll just see what it fires like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch it back on. Glowing a good one. There we go. I'm only short firing it. Well, that's it, guys. That's the and then what we do then is we can line our airflow holes up. Like I say, I have both airflow slots open, slightly closed off, both of them. And then you've got to line them up with your coils, like so. And then your choice of drip tip. Mine's the black chuff style one. And that's the Geek Vape Avocado, wicked up. I'm sorry if I went off camera a lot then, guys. I don't do these videos too often, but hope you get sort of some sort of gauging off the wicking and the coiling tutorial. So we'll see you up at the top, and we'll have a vape on it and give you my thoughts on it. Hi guys, welcome back up. I hope you got what you needed from that sort of bit of a tutorial. I work in quite a tight enclosed space here, and it's sometimes a bit hard. But I like to show my style of coiling and wicking, because not everybody can sort of do the coiling and wicking, etc. So I like to just show how I wick it sometimes and how I coil. I don't do it regularly. I'm not nowhere near like a rip tripper or anything like that. I do pretty standardish builds. That's 26-32 gauge Clapton, and I've got it sitting on my cuboid for now. I will put it on my Noisy Cricket, because I built it for my Noisy Cricket at showing up at 0.43 ohms on the cuboid, and I'll put it at 65 watts for the time being, which is quite high. And here we go. The flavour is fantastic. Let me just close it off a little bit more. Let's see. I don't have it extra wide open. I have a bit closed off on the both sides, but it's fantastic. It's a 70-30 juice. This is Zeus juice. And I think it's a cracking build. That dual Clapton with just normal 2632. I think it's a cracking build for this avocado. Nice and smooth. Bloody hell. Loads of flavour. Like I say, I've just vaped on it now, and it's the cotton's still really wet. It's using bits from the tank. As you tip to vape, it'll wick anyway, but you can just tip it upside down, and it does wick. And then I just remove one of the legs for filling. It can be a negative for some people, the lack of a filling hole if you're using it in dual coil mode. I like to use dual coil mode. That's why I'm not using it in its preferred single coil mode, because I just like the dual coils. But you can use it in single coil mode and pull that white ceramic baffler out to fill it up through one of the back two holes if you're using it in single coil mode. If not, excuse me, these type of tips do fit in pretty well. If you've got bottles with them type of tips in, they fit in okay. And your glass droppers also. They're 4mm wide, the holes are. So if you take one of the legs out, fill it up with your glass dropper bottle, or your glass dropper, or this bottle, it's easy enough. It's easy enough. It only holds a couple of mil of juice anyway. Now it gives you. I'll put the Geek Vape Avocado link on there because it gives you a lot of dimensions, how to fill, their preferred usage and marketing of this product with regards to the workings of it. The glass is Pyrex glass, by the way, and it's just really, really good. Absolutely one of my go-to devices at the moment. I'm using this on the Noisy Cricket though at the moment, but it's still good on a regulated as well. This is at 65 watts. But it does get through some juice. But it allows you to drip and have some in the tank as well without keep dripping into it. It wicks very, very well with the size. Because I've tried the Fody out as well, and this is far, in my opinion, my sole opinion, it's a far better atomizer RDTA than the Fody is. Mainly down to the bigger wicking holes and the vape experience you can tailor with regards to the airflow and the way that the back airflow to single coil is designed with that ceramic baffler. It really is and it's aesthetically pleasing as well. Even on the cuboid, it looks really nice. Overall dimensions from top to bottom, including the drip tip, is about 43 millimeters from the base to the top of the drip tip, so it's not big at all. Let's give you a bit of a size comparison. This is sitting on the same. It's a cuboid, both cuboids. So that's with the Raphael on, and that's with the Geek Vape Avocado on. So they're both cuboid devices. That's the size comparison. But yeah, really good. So thanks guys for watching. Thanks for watching my close-up of my coiling stroke wicking. Hope it wasn't too bad an experience watching it for you. And I'll see you in my next review, guys. So thank you.